Hey guys,
Sorry, I can't help myself.
we are back. We're here with DJI at NAB 2026. Super excited. We are checking out some of the new toys that they've got out, including the RS5 Pro.
Yeah. Quick clarification. RS5, we don't. There's no
Pro.
Yeah, there's
Copy.
no RS5 Pro. RS4 Pro still remains as like a flagship device.
Okay.
So hey, thanks for having me on the channel. Much obliged.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Super happy about the show. NAB 2026. We got some really exciting stuff that we're showcasing. Behind us, we have obviously this car rig featuring our RS4 Pro and our DJI Focus Pro system. Focus Pro leverages LiDAR technology to provide autofocus performance for manual and cinema lenses, or people working with things like vintage glass and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is great. So this kind of empowers independent creators to be able to use like high-end cinema glass, or it enables a faster workflow for productions kind of like everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So autofocus on manual stuff, very, very neat. And as you can see, we can even take this and break this whole imaging process apart.
Yeah.
So if we are working in like a coordinated filmmaking environment, I can wirelessly monitor, control, pull focus. I even have separate dedicated focus pulling devices, which is very, very cool. One of our newest devices is this guy right here. This is the RS5. With the RS5, there's a number of things we tackled with this to help improve every aspect of working with the gimbal. So when it comes to balancing, that's one of the biggest challenges and pain points for people, right? So it's a pain in the butt. We've now added these little adjustment knobs to each of the 3 different axes on here. And so rather than having to manually kind of push and pull and stuff, we can simply unlock, use this knob to make small adjustments very quickly. And when we're ready to go, we can get up and running. And by the way, you just saw our automatic access lock function working, which is one of the funnest things ever. So when I power down the unit, you'll notice that motors power off, lock up, and when I'm ready to start filming again, I can just power the device on, and in a few moments, we're ready to shoot. One of the best, coolest features in a gimbal. Now, one of the most useful things that we've ever made is this brand new tracking module. Now, we've done tracking before, and a lot of times with most of our devices, it tends to work with just people, animals, and stuff. This particular tracking module works with anything you can throw at it. So artwork, murals, products, wedding rings, people on stage at speaking events. What this is designed to do is make your work way faster as a working professional. So I can show up somewhere, I can use this tracking module to either follow a subject around, or I can move freely and the camera will stay locked on. So I'll give you a quick example here. I'm going to start tracking on our friend here, and you'll notice that, let's see, maybe let's open this up to make sure I'm tracking him properly. All right, go ahead, take a few steps around. And you see it's going to kind of try to follow him around a little bit. Now stand still for just a moment for me. The best part is when I start to move, the camera is also going to him within my composition.
That's really cool.
It's perfect. So if I'm like, again, filming products, I'm at an event, I'm filming concerts, or I'm doing weddings, and wedding bands, or if I'm overlanding and I'm trying to show off my really cool rig that I got, I can track whatever I want. I can move around it, and I can get really incredible shots every single time. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Does it work with the RS4 Pro?
It does. Yes, it's a fantastic question. RS4 Pro is still our flagship. RS5 is now here. But this tracking module will still work with the RS4 Pro. There are some small limitations when working with the RS4 Pro. So on this screen on the back side, I'll kind of remove this handle and show it to you real quick. You can see our little video feed from this tracking module.
Yeah.
On the RS4 Pro, you're not going to be able to see that video feed, and there's going to be some usage limitations with the device, but it will still allow us to track people with the device.
Just not objects.
Not objects,
okay.
Yes. So that's really important. If you want any object tracking, you're going to have to use the RS5. Part of the reason for that is because
probably the
Well,
brains. The brains of it,
the
right?
brains of it, yeah. And it's also how you interact with the device. So when it comes to tracking people, it's really easy. I can point it at somebody, center frame. I'll press the trigger button on the backside. Tracking has started. Great. It's the same process on the RS4 Pro. Now, when I want to track something different, any other kind of object, this video feed is what allows me to do that. I'll drag my finger over the selection. It will recognize certain aspects of the image, and then it will start tracking from there. So that video feed is a requirement.
And that looks like the object tracking from the drone systems.
It does,
Absolutely.
yeah, which is really neat to like finally see that technology from the air come to the ground.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, because we fly DJI drones.
Cool.
We're using DJI mics right now for all of this. So like, yeah, no, we love DJI products. They're really cool. Yep. And I love how you guys are making it just easier for the guys who are working behind camera.
Yes.
Like that's the thing.
Yeah, and that's like that's something that's like really important right now, more than ever in like in our company's history. We focus on the customer. We focus on what you do with it and what you want out of it. But really, we focus on making it easier for you.
Yeah.
Interfaces are the same, so things feel familiar.
Yeah.
Things are easier for you to do. So it's like 10 years ago, if someone like my mom or my 13-year-old daughter wanted to film content, boy, she's got a lot to learn. Nowadays, with a lot of our products, they can get up and running with very little technical know-how. And that's the idea. Technical stuff just shouldn't get in the way. You should be able to just get out there and start creating right away. And that's our aim and goal. So we hope you guys like it, and you guys out there like love the stuff and get your hands on. We think it's fantastic.
Absolutely, it's awesome. Like I know Pocket 3 is kind of old history at this point, but like I gave a Pocket 3 to our editor on one of our last overlanding trips, and he had it up and running, and half the footage, if not 2/3 of the footage, came from the Pocket 3, and we were filming with FX6s and FX30s, but that Pocket 3 was so light. Yep. And it's a gimbal already, and it's something that you can use. Like we're in vehicles, and here we are next to a really cool, you got an F-150, I imagine, with a whole rig on it. What's going on here with this?
Yeah, so I mean, so this is really interesting. It's like a good contrast to what you're just talking about. Pocket 3 is perfect because someone like my mom doesn't have to know how to balance a gimbal, set it up. She doesn't need to know tech specs or how many micrometers large the pixels are.
Right.
None of that. She gets to start filming, and it's matching much bigger, expensive cameras. But we also service people that work in these very demanding fields. So like in the example of this type of rig, we're using a cinema camera, we're using cinema lenses, we're using an off-roading truck designed to follow people or move at high speeds on rough terrain. These are very demanding, challenging environments. Yeah. And we've developed solutions that are as simple as it can be for those kind of working professionals, to the point where someone like my 13-year-old daughter or mom can buy and use our products, but Mr. Steven Spielberg can also get something rigged up for himself, and those two types of people will feel right at home.
Yeah, I mean, I see it's an instantly, I think of like motocross, or like, all of the stuff where you're out there and you want it.
Like those Red Bull dune buggy races. And
totally.
Like that. Yeah,
totally.
Exactly.
What is there any like limitations on speed with it?
So some of it has to do with. So I will say that there's actually two products on here. So we're featuring our RS4 Pro, Focus Pro. There is a product from the company Tilta. Their Hydra Alien Pro is a brand new.
So that's theirs.
Yeah. So this is their vertical stabilization tool for vehicles. There are weight limitations. I would say refer to Tilta for any sort of technical limitations in that regard. What I will tell you though is that they also are pushing the limits on what these things are actually capable of. This is probably only a fraction of the weight that this potential arm could actually support. Yeah. And the speed limits are usually rather high and beefy. So
that's awesome.
You'd be tough to put this in situations that couldn't handle it.
When we're overlanding, we're gonna put it in some situations that are gonna be tough to handle.
Maybe I'll join you guys. I would love to be on that trip.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. I love seeing it. I love seeing you guys rig it out with not just, we're not just looking at the
like our stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like just DJI stuff. Yeah, like we're actually because look, that's also the reality. People are using cameras from one brand. They're using stabilization from another brand. They're using this from another brand. So we want our products to fit into your use case, not just the way we want you to use it, right? So
Yeah.
that's the beauty of our products. It fits into you, how you use it, etc.
Super cool. Thanks so much for taking the time. I know we took up a bunch of your time. Appreciate it,
by
man.
all means, I'm here for 4 days, so.
There you go. All right. Well, we got him on day one, so he's not tired out yet, guys.
Exactly.
All right. We'll have a good show. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have a good show. Thanks so much for showing us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Take care. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back with some more coverage from NAB.